Hey, this is Matt once again, and welcome back to another video. And haven't done one of these in a while, a Blu-ray update. Because I don't really pick up a whole lot of stuff nowadays. I'm very, very picky with my money, very, very picky on what I pick up. I'm not going to pick up every movie and every 4K. I'm just not that guy anymore. But if it intrigues me enough, I'll pick it up. But first I'll show this. Nice guy, Jojo, sent this to me as a gift, a birthday present. I guess because I've reviewed a few episodes of the show. So he sent me a Breaking Bad t-shirt, which is cool. So, if you're watching, thank you for that. That's a very kind gesture. You didn't have to do that, but thank you for that. And now to get into this stuff here. Let's go with this first, because this just came in today. Now, I heard about this a while ago, but apparently it was on Viking Samurai, a YouTuber. He interviewed the director of this, and the people who were releasing this, they said it was going to be released, but I couldn't find any details of it. It was already sold out by the time I had seen it. But I was able to pick one up from eBay for a decent enough price. Got here from Germany, safe and sound. And that is the media book of Detox, also known as ICU. Now, the reason I got this, not only because I do think it looks really cool. I think that's a nice media book. Right there. Have not checked it out yet. Yeah, just to show that. And then, like most media books, it's in German, so you're not going to be able to read any of this, sadly. But it would be nice to know how to read German, but it is what it is. But the reason I got this is because of, number one, I'm a fan of the movie. I think it's a very underrated flick. Number two, media book looks cool. And number three, because of the bonus disc, because this has a 2-hour cut of the film. Now, the other cuts of the film were about 95 minutes, give or take. 92 minutes or 95 minutes. So that's 30 minutes longer. So out of curiosity, just know what that footage is and how it entails and everything in between. And since this was only limited to like 1,000 copies, it was like 4 covers, 333 per cover, 4 different covers, so about 1,000. And because it's German, I don't think you don't have a lot of people having this and ripping it and putting it online. And I don't know how to do that. Like, this computer doesn't rip DVDs anymore because it doesn't have the disc tray. A lot of computers don't have the disc tray anymore, so I have no way to rip the footage. Otherwise I would, for people out there, but just out of curiosity, see what it is. Even if not, then it looks pretty, and I'm a fan of this movie. Like I said before, I think it's very underrated. There are flaws in the film, but I think because you got Jim Gillespie, who did I Know He Did Last Summer, and I think it needed to be much more grittier, gorier, like Seven. But I think this has good cast, great location, one of Stallone's more underrated performances, and the closest he got to doing a horror film, which I'm a sucker for. Beautiful score. So I'm very curious to see what this other cut is, since it's like about 30 minutes longer. So, very curious about that. Next up, these came in recently. We got the Kino Lorber of The Perfect Weapon, which I'm a fan of. Great 90s action movie. And it has a commentary of Mark DeSalle, which is crazy because you never hear that guy, ever. And you have an interview with Jess Speakman, as well as deleted and extended scenes. So, yeah, interview with Jess Speakman and a commentary with the director. Also, I think this is supposed to be a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. So it's supposed to look better. Whether that is, I don't know, because I haven't checked it out yet. But I'm a fan of this movie. Cool to get this released with features and an interview with Jess Beatman. Very nice. Hopefully this does well enough that we can get more Jess Beatman films like Deadly Outbreak, Street Night. I'm not holding my breath though. But at least those two and Land of the Free. At least those three movies. Like someone released those. Especially Deadly Outbreak. Come on now. Next up is Death Machine, which I'm a fan of. I think this is a pretty underrated flick. Some quirky sense of humor. Some cool effects of the Death Machine itself. Brad Dourif. I like the lead girl, the actors. And then you have the original cover. Simple but very effective. And this has a lot of features and multiple cuts of the film. That's why it has a 2-disc, which is rare for Tino Lorber. You have US and director's cut, and then you have a new cut, a foreign theatrical cut. Now, one is 100 minutes, one is 122 minutes, and one is 106 minutes. So, the foreign cut, I think the director's cut is the new one, because the foreign cut is a 2-hour cut, while the US cut is an hour and 40 minutes. So the director's cut is about 6 minutes longer. I don't know the differences between all of them. It's got 2 audio commentaries with Stephen Norrington. Cool to see him talk about the film. Commentary with some fans. Audio conversation with Stephen Norrington and Alec Gillis. 5 separate on-camera reviews with the composer, the editor, the costume designer, the producer, and the co-producer. Here's about the producers, maybe even the editor. Sadly, none of the actors. Whether it be... It would have been nice to have some of the actors. You know, these guys, or her. Brad Dourif seems like he doesn't do a whole lot of interviews, but at least her and these 2 guys. That's really my only nitpick so far without seeing it is I wish there was an interview with the actors. But maybe they said no. 2 image galleries, 3 trailers. So there's definitely features on this. And you had to have all 3 cuts of the film. And this had never gotten released on Blu-ray in the US. So that's nice. And they didn't have multiple cuts of the film. Again. Now this is a gift from my friend Mike OSP Communications. This is on my Amazon wish list. And he got me the Mangler. I have this on my wish list because it's the Arrow video. I'm a fan of the movie. It's a pretty cool cover. And there's features on here that's not on the Scream Factory version. Plus it's Arrow video, so... you get a nice booklet, which is in English. Love this movie. This is a fun, weird flick. And very, like, people... The way the camera angles and the way it's directed, I think people sleep on it a bit. Because it is a ridiculous premise. I mean, I'm fine with that as long as it's entertaining. So this has the unrated from a 4K scan. It has brand new commentary by critics, new commentary by hardcore fans, co-writers, brand new visual essay, a brand new visual essay. You have the interview with Robert Englund from the Scream Factory one. So just to listen to like the commentaries, I think this will have a better picture quality than the Scream Factory one, I would assume, I would think. You know, a couple little features. Has a nice cover, booklet. DMB being a fan of the film. Glad to have this as the collection. And you never know when this stuff is gone for good. I did pick this up, The Beekeeper. I'm a fan of the movie. It's probably my favorite film so far this year. Entertaining, straightforward, Jason Statham flick. I like the concept of going after those hackers. Which that's an interesting thing on YouTube, like people going after these hackers. Although, to be fair, if this is realistic, should take place in India, because a lot of those hackers are in India. Not all, but like anytime online you find it, it's like people from India. But I guess they'd be labeled racist, so we gotta have it somewhere else. That doesn't mean everybody in India does it. It means there's a lot of them that happen to be in India. But anyway, you know it's true. But this was a fun movie. I'd like to watch it again sometime. And last but not least, from Severin Films, The Game of Clones, the Bruceploitation Collection, Volume 1. Very sturdy box. We got a booklet that's about 100 pages. Fantastic booklet. I mean, just every page has posters and advertisement. So Bros of Kung Fu, which I would bet money this will be on volume 2. Someone commented on the previous video I did about this coming out. I think it's someone that kind of works with this group that said some of my wish list might be on the nose. I don't know which ones, but I have not checked it out yet. But I'm a sucker for these type of films, so the fact this collection exists is, yeah, this is a very cool looking booklet, just visually. Come on, look at that. Bruce so badass, a tiger can't get him. And this is the way it looks. Some great artwork there. My only issue so far, I don't like the way... I mean, Indiana Jones did this. The Aliens films did this. I hate this book thing because I hate that you put the disc in and out like this. Because you pull it in and out, they're going to scratch eventually. I much prefer just place it in. Like any number of things. Just have the thing in the middle and place it in. Click. I don't like dragging it in and out. Because, again, granted, you're probably not going to be doing this, 50 times. But still, all it takes one time and there's a smear, there's a scratch, there's something like that. So I don't like that, but it is what it is. Also, I wasn't... that a lot of these are 2 movies per disc. Because usually if you put more than 1 movie per disc, you would think the quality would go down a bit. But I don't know, maybe for these type of films it doesn't, I don't know. But you have Entered the Clones of Bruce, the documentary, which I have not seen yet. You have my, let's see. Okay. You have the Clones of Bruce and Enter Three Dragons. And I like that they show all the features. Some have commentaries of Michael Worth, among others. Some interviews with people. Enter the Game of Death, which is my favorite. Roundtable discussions with experts, including Michael Worth, Ron Strachan. Partial audio commentary, scene-specific commentary. Goodbye Bruce, His Last Game of Death. The Dragon Lives Again. That's the crazy as hell one where you got like Popeye and Dracula and all that stuff. But interesting to see that film cleaned up a bit. And Bruce and the Iron Finger. As long as he doesn't stick up his ass, that's fine. Or mine. Challenge of the Tiger and Cameroon Connection. Yeah, each one. Most of these have some kind of feature or commentary, at least. Yeah, most of them do. Super Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, and The Dragon Lives. The Dragon the Hero and Rage of the Dragon. And then, because I bought from the site, there's a bonus disc, which they put in this. The Big Boss 2 and the Black Dragon versus the Yellow Tiger. Apparently the Big Boss 2 is like one of those films that was lost for the longest time. They're somehow actually able to find it. So, and these are Blu-rays. See, sometimes I hate having to slide them in like this. You go with that. So, when I'll get around to watching all these, I don't know, but someday. But there you go. So the Game of Clones, the Beekeeper, the Mangler, Death Machine, Perfect Weapon, and I See You. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.